Hi, and welcome to LAI 350 Introduction to Education. I'm Dr. White. Contacting me through Gmail, my Gmail address is preferred, but my Buffalo address works fine. If you'd like to schedule office hours, email me and we can set up an appointment. The purpose of this course is to affirm your calling and dedication to the education profession, to stimulate inquiry and reflection about issues that impact education. I want to challenge your personal perspectives about who students are, who teachers are expected to be, and the impact of society on education. And lastly, this course aims to facilitate an understanding of the role and responsibility of the educator in today's society. This course has all the text provided online through UB Learns. The only exception is the movie Waiting for Superman, which due to copyright laws you'll need to purchase to view. You can do this on Amazon for as cheaply as $2.99. You can also see if the library has a copy available to rent. Additionally, in order to meet the requirements of this course, you'll need to have access to a webcam, a microphone, and reliable internet, as well as any other items you might find necessary to facilitate learning. As this course occurs online, access to reliable internet and a computer is required. You're still responsible for work completion regardless of technological failures. The libraries on campus have available technology if necessary. You should assume that the workload for this course should be about 3 to 4 hours of work per week during the 15-week course session. Additional time is required for the 10 hours of classroom observations, and based on your individual student need, you might need additional time as well. Students should expect to spend adequate time reading, researching, writing, and working on projects. As this course is a beginning step towards a career in education, you should be expected to demonstrate professionalism through ethical behavior, acceptance of constructive criticism, and a willingness to grow. Since you are expected to participate and promote a community of learning, and education is a sensitive topic, the names of teachers, schools, and students, and/or any other information shared in our learning community should be treated with the utmost respect. Your classmates should not have to worry if what they share with you will leave our learning community. When observing in schools, you're a representative of this class, of me, and of UB. You need to dress professionally when you're doing classroom observations, abide by school rules and regulations, and be courteous and respectful with all personnel, students, and parents or guardians. You need to schedule your visits ahead of time, arrive on time, turn your cell phone off, and speak thankfully and courteously to any teacher that allows you into his or her classroom. You're a guest, and they are doing this out of the kindness of their heart because they were also teachers in training at one point. So be polite and be thankful, because future students of this course, when they contact that same teacher, your persona will reflect on them. As this course occurs online, your attendance is determined through work completion. Your work is necessary for your group meetings in this course, so failure to complete your own work impacts the entire group. This will result in a loss of credit. Technology needs to be used appropriately for this course, and a misuse will lower your overall grade if determined necessary. All work is to be submitted on time. Late work will result in loss of credit towards the assignment unless you've contacted me previously. Any work that is not completed and is missing will drop your grade according to the percentage detailed below. If you have a diagnosed disability, which will make it difficult for you to carry out this course, please let me know so we can make accommodations for you. If you need assistance with writing, in particular, I've found that students of this course have difficulty adjusting to APA 6th edition style of writing. Please, please, please talk to the Center for Excellence in Writing. It's a free resource that is available. You can check out their website for latest hours and information, and I believe in this upcoming semester they will now be doing meetings online. In case of an extreme emergency, illness, other unforeseeable circumstances, you can receive a grade of incomplete, and then we'll have to work to figure out when you'll complete the requirements for the course. Plagiarism. Since we have a responsibility to promote academic honesty and integrity, you are required for the honest completion and representation of your work, for appropriately citing your work according to APA 6th edition, and by respecting others' academic endeavors. By placing your name on an academic work, you certify that the work is original to yourself, unless otherwise noted by proper citations. Plagiarism, cheating, and other incidents of academic dishonesty will result in a failure of the course, and depending on the severity of the violation, you might be reported to UB for further investigation. What does plagiarism entail? It means copying work from another source without giving proper citation. In this course, that means APA 6th edition. You cannot copy information from printed materials, internet sources, and from the work of other students. Self-plagiarism means that you're using work you've already submitted for a grade in another course for this course. That is just as much plagiarism. If you have any questions, please see the academic integrity course. And I will tell you that students who have not learned how to properly cite according to APA 6th edition have had citations against them for plagiarism because they did not cite the source that they were receiving the information from correctly. Please be aware and please use the Writing Center for Excellence if you need help with that. The next part of the syllabus outlines the course schedule and content. You'll notice, as was included in your email when we started this course, you need to complete the group meeting survey based on your availability before the course starts so we can schedule those group meetings. And you also need to make sure you have access to technology. As you'll notice, the columns go by week. Each week ends on a Friday. So Friday the 29th, Friday the 5th, etc., and so on and so forth. So your assignments are required to be done by the Friday of that week. So for week 1, you need to complete the icebreakers, you need to view this screencast, and you need to take the quiz on the syllabus on UB Learns by Friday the 29th. You also need to complete these 2 readings and your reflection questions on your individual Google document. These readings for week 1 will be the basis of your group meeting for week 2. So these need to be completed by Friday the 29th so that when your group meets during week 2, you're able to discuss both the Rogers and the Vatterott articles. This goes down the line. So the readings for week 2 will be the basis for your group discussion of week 3. When we get to week 9, you'll see that there's no readings for that week because you'll be finishing up your classroom observation paper. That means for week 10, you'll have no group meeting. You don't have any readings to base the group meeting on for that week. Your last group meeting occurs during week 13. You finish these readings and texts. I say text to include both videos and readings. And you'll have your last group meeting, and that's it for the rest of the semester. Please make sure you're using this course schedule as almost a checklist so that you are completing exactly what's expected of you. I would almost print out a copy of this course schedule and cross out items as you complete them, or strike through them on a separate Google document, copy and paste it in there. You need to make sure you're completing all your activities and your readings by the Friday of the week, because I will be checking in on all of your assignments on that Saturday to give you feedback. Moving on. Grades are based on a 100-point scale. You have 4 major assignments in this course. Your group meetings and summaries, as well as your individual responses to your reflection questions, are worth 35 points. This is by far the biggest undertaking for this class, and it'll be explained further in a moment. 15 points will be miscellaneous activities and quizzes, and that's 5 different activities throughout the semester at 3 points each. And they are detailed exactly when they're due within your course schedule. So you'll notice on week 3, you'll have an activity on No Child Left Behind on your individual Google document. Notice in these parentheses, it tells you exactly where the item is. On your Google document, on UB Learns, exactly where it's located. So your classroom observation and reflection paper is worth 25 points of your final 100 points, and your final presentation is worth 25 points of your final points. So what do the group meetings mean? Once a week, when required by the course schedule, you'll meet with a group based on your availability from the schedule. I'll determine the groups. Your meetings can be conducted in person or online using Google Hangouts. You have access to Google Hangouts through your UB email address. Your decision to meet online or in person is up to the group. During the first week, I'll check in with each group and I'll talk to you, and I will additionally request to be included in group discussions throughout the semester. Prior to each group meeting, once you've done the readings for the week, you need to read and then answer your own personal reflections to the reflection questions for that week on your individual Google document, which will be discussed in the next screencast. That's worth 10 points of your final grade, is those individual responses. Then you'll meet with your group. You're going to have your individual responses, and you're going to use these questions to facilitate your group discussion. By no means should this limit your group discussion. It should be just a jumping off point to allow to take the discussion to the needs and interests of the group. You need to be making connections to the text, and we'll talk more about that when we review the rubric for how to earn full points for these group meetings. The last 10 minutes of your group meetings, they should be about an hour each. You should create a 1 to 2 page post maximum about what you discussed during your group meeting. Be detailed, be informative, be insightful. These postings are the basis for your 25 points. I recommend that one person throughout the weekly meeting takes notes on page numbers that you reference, insights from different members, and then that'll make the writing of the summary much easier and much quicker at the end of the meeting. Weeks with no group meetings are marked on the course schedule, and if one or more students have an issue meeting with their group during that week, it is the responsibility of the group to find another convenient time or for that student to check the group meetings of other groups and temporarily join that group for that week. Attendance at weekly meetings is mandatory. It's the responsibility of the group to alert me if a member is not attending or if their participation within the group is harmful to the learning community. So if your group would like to earn full points on these group meetings and your summaries, you need to make sure your summaries are posted weekly according to the requirements of the assignments, which are detailed up here. If you earn a 0 in this category, meaning that more than 4 times you did not complete your posting, you cannot earn any of the 25 possible points. You need to be making connections to the text when you're having these discussions. You need to be connecting to the videos and to the readings, and they should be highly evident throughout your summary. You should have page numbers and minute times so that you are connecting back to the readings. Your summaries, should demonstrate insightful thoughts and a deepening of understandings are occurring within the members of the group. And your summary should be grammatically correct. It has to be read by me and it has to have meaning, so it should be grammatically correct. If you would like to earn the 10 full points on your individual responses to the readings, make sure they're posted weekly. Let's back step for a second. The group meeting summaries are posted on the discussion board on UB Learns every week. Back to the individual responses. So your individual responses should also connect to the text. You should have page numbers. You should have minutes. You should demonstrate insight and thoughtful contemplation of the material. As this is out of 10 points, as long as they're consistently grammatically correct, you'll earn that final 1 point. Another 15 points throughout the semester are 5 different activities. So these are just to deepen your knowledge of specific educational topics where the readings just don't do it enough justice. On the course schedule, it explains where the readings will be completed, either on UB Learns, on your individual Google document, and each one are worth 3 points. So you have 5. During week 1, you have to do this syllabus quiz. Week 2 is reflection, No Child Left Behind, Common Core Standards, and exceptional education. This is where I'm going to stop this screencast. Please go on to the next screencast for further information about the rest of the syllabus.